Hi, Charles. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
So I want to talk about your personal story, the organization you created, Trees for Uganda. Tell me what the organization does and why you were motivated to create it.
Adoption Uganda is a youth-centric social enterprise that is powered by the vision of creating communities where people and nature can flourish. And we use activities like restoration, planting trees, and agroforestry to build resilience for smallholder farmers, while at the same time empowering young people that are unemployed to set up small-scale businesses through education and trainings on setting up tree nurseries and also managing tree farms. Our key mission is to ensure that conservation and restoration is in the hearts of each individual member of a household. And that is why we focus on creating a nature-inclined transformation, a change in mindset, a change in behavior of a smallholder farmer from a passive player in his landscape to an active, proactive steward of nature and conservation.
Why were you motivated to do tree planting?
Yes, so I was born in one of the most impoverished communities in Uganda, which is Kamucha. And my parents had 8 children and adopted 5 more. So I grew up in a house of 13 children. And it was taxing economically and financially for my parents to be able to take care of all of us. And so at a younger age, we moved into the village to try and grow our own food and have firewood, reduce our cost of living. Because we were just starting out, we had to clear forests to reclaim land where we could do our agriculture. And so I got an opportunity to see how a landscape can actually change. When I was 8, when I was 10, and we cut down a forest to plant maize and beans, I could see that our harvest was big. When I was 17 and the land was changing, I could see that our harvest was reducing. When I was 10 and there was a lot of tree cover, I could see during the storms, our crops were protected. When I was 17 and the land is bare, no trees to protect our crops, I could witness how much loss we were incurring as the strong winds broke our maize, broke our bananas. So this really intrigued me a lot as a young person and pushed me to study and research about environmental change, landscape transformation, and using anecdotes that I learned in school from earth science, geography, and biology. I wanted to try out elements of conservation, elements of restoration that I've learned or that I've heard of to see how they would work in my community.
But why was it important for you to do a project that engaged the youth in sustainable land use?
So my time in the rural communities when I lived on the farm because of my family's financial troubles, I noticed one thing, and that was many young people I played football with in the rural communities where I went actually left. They went to the cities to try and find jobs. 2 things happen. Either the jobs are not available or they do not have the right skill set to be able to take on the jobs that exist. And many of those young people today have ended up in drugs, have ended up in prison and crime. That is what inspires me to engage young people. I keep on wondering, is it possible for me to show, to demonstrate to fellow young people that there is a lot of value in the rural communities you're living? There is a lot of value in practicing agriculture. Agriculture is a dignified profession or is a dignified employment source that you can take on and not necessarily have to go to the city.